Training Group. Before we proceed any further with today's ceremony, I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce some very special guests. The husband of Captain Harris Gaines, Mr. Andrew Gaines. Their son Blair and daughter Zoe. Their sister Yolanda Harris. And friend of over 20 years, Dr. Twyla Jones. We would also like to take this opportunity to honor her mother, Eddie Mae Harris, who cannot be here with us today. We would also like to welcome Colonel McKinney, 59th Training Group Commander, Colonel Russell D. Carter, 59th Training Squadron Commander, Colonel Paul T. Miller, Chief Nurse, Medical Operations Group, Lieutenant Colonel Arlene Adams, Vice Commander, 59th Training Group, Lieutenant Colonel Peter Cullis, 383rd Training Squadron, and Chief Joshua Barr, 59th Training Group Superintendent. Although time does not permit us to introduce all of our distinguished guests, we thank all of you for attending and extend our warmest welcome to everyone here today. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the arrival of the official party, followed by the advancement of the colors, the national anthem sung by Staff Sergeant West, and the invocation given by Chaplain Reese.
Colors. Hook. Port. Arms. Forward. Heart. Colors. Hope. Present. Arms.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Port. Arms. Post. Colors. Colors turn. Heart.
It is your custom, I invite you to pray with me. Unto whom much is given, much is required. We rejoice today, our Father, with Captain Consuela Harris Gaines, who has been honored by promotion to Major in the United States Air Force. Thank you for the support, sacrifice, and encouragement of family and friends. We especially are thankful for her husband, Andrew, and their children, Blair and Zoe, her sister, Yolanda, and friend, Aisha, who have come from near and far to celebrate this great moment in her life. Father, as today not only is a time of celebration for this family, but also a time of remembrance. We remember her mother, Eddie Mae Harris. Thank you for all of her strength, encouragement, and life lessons that have helped shape Major Harris Gaines into the woman of character, integrity, and strength that she is today. As you have blessed her with this special trust, now endow her with added strength and wisdom to carry out these increased expectations. Help us always to keep in perspective the blessings that come our way, that as we accept the manifestations of your love and grace, we accept also the increased opportunities we have to serve. We ask all these things in your holy name. Amen.
Please be seated. Thank you, Staff Sergeant West and Chaplain Reese. Ladies and gentlemen, Lieutenant Colonel Paula Chase.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. So, Andrew, Zoe, Blair, Yolanda, and Dr. Twyla Jones, welcome. Chief Carter and Colonel welcome to you too. They're all from my groups. Okay, let me start by saying I was honored when Captain Harris Gaines, Consuela, asked me to do her promotion. She was a little nervous, but I told her it'll be okay. You're promoted, so it's all good. But anyway, honored to do it for her. And I just want to thank Sergeant West. I mean, that was awesome for me to step back. Thank you for those visitors. It's great. So anyway, Captain Harris Gaines has been with us for almost, well, it's 6 years. So she'll be going on her 7th year with active duty nursing. She came into the military in 2011. Okay, so basically, she hasn't been with us very long, but she came in as a seasoned nurse. She did hospice, she did dialysis, she did neuro, spine injury, she did oncology. She loves hospice, so she told me to make sure hospice. I said, I got it, so she loves hospice. But anyway, it hasn't been with us very long. But as I went through her records, I just want you to, and as we say at the schoolhouse, we foot stomp some things. So if you hear my voice tone change, key into the things that I'm going to say about her. Because as we pin out Major, when I did her career brief, I'm looking at her to Lieutenant Colonel. We got Major, so we're going to look at Lieutenant Colonel next. But we're going to pin out that Major first, okay? So I'm going to tell you a couple things that I pulled out. I just highlighted some things things that I thought were just absolutely great. Everything looked good, but there's some things that I pulled out. So as I key into these words, you tell me when I'm done that you don't hear that Lieutenant Colonel being set up. Okay? So during her first assignment was at Eglin. Eglin, if anyone has been, there's a pretty busy MTF, a military training facility. We call them MTFs. So pretty busy there. And so she worked MSU, coming in just with, as a captain, but still new to the military. Within 3 months, she was a charge nurse. Okay, so they made her charge nurse in 3 months. That's impressive, because a lot of times if we want you to do a little time, as Colonel Coulson and I kind of know, or shaking our head, yes, absolutely. We want to give you a little more time with being with us before we say charge nurse. So she showed some, she must have showed some skills out there, okay? So she's charge nurse within 3 months. Seamless transition from civilian nursing and contributed to the Joint Commission excellent rating. And this is all at Eglin still, okay? Trusted charge nurse, led 5 RNs, so she led and she was a charge nurse once again. First choice for complex patient care, where she transfused blood for 3 neurospine patients. Strong mentor for junior RNs. On top of that, she deployed already, so she deployed to Manas for Enduring Freedom, where she fine-tuned aeromedical evacuation process. Okay, and then she trained, once again, here's these key words, 15 staff, and then transferred patients to a higher echelon, which is at Laken. She also provided outstanding care to DOD's first ever fecal transport patient and solidified a new protocol for that hospital. Okay, so I'm reading impressive things, and as I'm going through, I'm like, oh, I want to highlight this, and then I can't highlight everything because I'll keep you guys here too long. We put a pin on there, right? Because people want to do that. Okay, she attended nursing service management and was assigned team steps instructor and selected the patient safety manager. Okay, so once again, I hear that building. And then her leadership recommended her to be an element leader. Okay, so we're knocking it out. And when I look at the short time, it took some of us a little time to get to that, right? As I see my camera press here, absolutely. Okay, so Harris Gaines became an element leader on MSU in 2013. Supervisor state, she expertly transitioned into that leadership role, and then she managed staff for over 2,600 patients. Okay, once again, she mentored junior nurses. She updated the operating instructions for the floor, and then revitalized a peer recognition program where she actually helped with that program to recognize her peers, which is huge. Okay, so as our core values, service before self, we see that. Okay, so she's got it. Named 2 out of 35 CGOs where leadership is recommending her now to be a clinical nurse specialist. So once again, very impressive. So let's go back to Manas, where she was deployed. I was like, what, really? So as I kept going through her OPRs, she was an interim chief nurse in Manas, okay, as a captain. Once again, very impressive, Captain Harris Gaines. And that was for Operation Enduring Freedom, once again. And she ensured the forward movement of 87,000 patients, okay. We remember the Ebola crisis, everybody remember that? Okay, so she was actually active in that time frame as well. Captain Harris Gaines directed and trained and educated 53 staff on infection control protocols for Ebola. That was huge, if anybody remembers that. It was almost kind of fearful. Everybody's a little afraid to touch anything. So yeah, that was an important time. Strata number 2, once again, out of 20 at a group level, okay? And then recommended to teach the NTP program where she is right now. So we could not have picked a better nurse to have our novice nurses come into that NTP program. She now is a nurse transition program course supervisor, where she leads and teaches and guides our new nurses coming into the military. So when I look at her records, I'm thinking, who better than to do that than Captain Harris Gaines? And in such a short amount of time that we've had you in the military, so I'm so happy you decided to come in. That was a great choice. So as an instructor, she's trained more than 78 novice nurses, solidified their clinical foundation, and paved the way for their nursing career. She guided the first ever web evidence-based practice poster display, which that is huge for the nursing right now, and led and aligned a simulation lab, organized readiness skills, stations, and enhanced the critical thinking for those nurses. Okay. So the common factor, Captain Harris Gaines, as I read through all your OPRs, is leadership, leadership, leadership. Do you hear the same things? I'm hearing that, and so. And here's, I gotta tell you one little thing that's funny about her, because when I kind of first met her, and I went to one of the nurse transition program graduations, and so she's talking to the novice nurses, and she's like getting them in line, you know, and so I was kind of standing over there, and I don't, you know, she met me, but she knew I was the program director for that, and so she's like, come on, get over here, and I'm like, okay. And so I started moving, I'm like, all right, I'm moving, and I said, oh, bossy, and she's like, yes, ma'am. I said, okay, all right, we got it. So, but it was like they moved, they did what she asked them to do, and it was in a way that was very respectful, but it got her point across. So I think you're going to be a good leader. You're going to be an excellent leader, and I hope you take that trail. If you don't, then you have so many other options. Okay, but the military leadership, we need people like you. Okay, so the commonality, as I said, we're depending on major today, but we want to get you to that next rank, lieutenant colonel. And you have a lot of leaders in here that are going to help you do that. Okay? So thank you for all that you do. I've foot stomped a lot of things, and I think I've talked about you enough, and we want to depend on that rank at this point. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, Lieutenant Colonel Chavis. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the reading of the promotion order. Attention to orders. By direction of the President of the United States, Captain Consuelo Harris Gaines is appointed to the grade of Major, United States Air Force, under Title 10, United States Congress, Section 621 and 624, effective 1 November 2017. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. At this time, Lieutenant Colonel Chavis will invite Mr. Gaines, Blair, Zoe, Yolanda, and Twyla to come forward to pin on Captain Harris's new rank.
Y'all are shy. Y'all know who I am. Act like you know me now. Just pretend like it's on. I just put on my jacket. Just take it.
Let me do this. I'll do it.
I got it. Don't steal me.
doing squats.
I got his name.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand as Lieutenant Colonel Chambers administers the oath of office to Major Harris Gaines.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Consuela Harris Gaines,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly affirm
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same, and that I will obey the orders
and that I will obey the orders
of the President of the United States
of the President of the United States
and the orders of the officers
and the orders of the officers
appointed over me according to the regulations and the Uniform Code of Military Justice.
and the Uniform Code of Military Justice. So help me God.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. It is now my privilege to present to you Major Harris Gaines.
Good morning, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
I'm not going to hold you, but I do want to give thanks. First of all, I want to give thanks to God for allowing me to be able to see this day and for all that He's done to bring me to where I am today. I couldn't have done it without Him. I couldn't have done it without, I'm going to save my family for last. I'm going to thank my leadership. My leadership were spread two different places, 59 TRS, 383rd, Colonel McKinney, Chief Clark, Colonel Carter, Colonel Coulis, Colonel Cobb, and everyone. I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much, Chaplain, for coming to give the invocation. Sergeant West, thank you so much for owning this room and being my MC. Sergeant West, my singer, I thank you very much, man. I had tears coming down my eyes. Tears was coming down my eyes, and I know I was threatened not to cry, but I had to cry. And so that was beautiful. To all of my airmen that came out in your service dress, you all look sharp. I want to say thank you so much. I see. Congratulations on your grandbaby, ma'am. Thank you for being here. Everyone. Zoe's teacher, I thought I was going to have to send her to you because she started to talk for a second. So, but I thank you so much for coming. Major Carrillo and my ladies, Miss Deborah and Miss Tracy, thank you all so much. Anyone who I missed, Colonel Kittleson is back from TDY, but he's here at my ceremony. And Major Vav, that keeps pushing me for ACSC 3 courses down. I just thank everyone for being here. Miss Tucker, thank you so much. I met you at SAMC, and I told you I was promoted, and you're here. So everyone, Nick with the camera, and May, I thank you so much. I want to go ahead and start. Blair and Andrew, if you all could come up just real quick. I have something for you both. Blair, Andrew, Blair, this is for you. Oh, okay. That's for Andrew, I'm sorry. And that one's for Blair. If you all could just open it up, because of all the turnaround. Yeah, everything. We didn't rehearse this part. For everything that you all have, Blair, open his first. Blair, open yours first. You open yours. That's okay. You know you don't know how to act. Oh, I'm sorry. Andrew's first, I'm sorry. And so this is something that, where we're gonna be going.
Yeah, take it up.
We're gonna party.
Thank you, man. I couldn't have done this without you. I couldn't have done, no, seriously, when I come home and I'm crying and I'm frustrated and I just want to take it out on you, children, I want to take it out on, everybody. You are my constant force as far as keeping me solid, letting me know I am a queen and I need to keep my head up and that it's going to be okay. When I'm just crying and you're like, no, you dry those tears, I just want to say thank you for being, I've been knowing this man since we've been in the 7th grade. And, he's been my rock. He's been my rock. And so I just want to let you know that I love you in front of everybody. And just... That's it. Yeah. I love you. Thank you, Blair. Blair's come a long way. Blair's come a long way. There's been some times where, I've had to, question myself as a mother, but he always let me know that, Mom, you're a good mom. And sometimes you need to hear that in times when you're not feeling good. And so, Yolanda and Aisha, I got something for you too. You all don't have to come up. I know y'all are nervous, but I just want to say thank you very much for flying in from Atlanta. I've been knowing this young lady since we've been at University of South Florida, so over 20 years, and it's been times when she's like, you know what, you just need to get it together. And so when I picked her up from the airport last night, she's like, ain't nothing changed. There's nothing that's changed. You're still the same, so I'm still the same, Consuela. And I want to thank you for flying in and coming in and being here for my special day. She was with me when I raised my right hand as that civilian, coming in with 8 years of nursing experience. It was me, her, and Blair when I came in. Didn't know what I was walking into, but she was right there to support me. And so I just want to say I love you, girl. All right. And my sister, this is my blood sister, and we have been through some time. She's trying not to cry because there's a picture of our mother right there on the front, and so she's trying to hold back tears. And I just want to say I love you, and I thank you for. She has 4 children of her own that she left to come be with me, and so it means a lot to me that you are here, and Mama proud of both of us. And so I love you. Thank you very much. I'm gonna you take this, don't fall. Colonel Chavis, I've been saying your name wrong the whole time. I always say Colonel Chavez, but it's Colonel Chavis. When I came here, I was 6 months pregnant. And I came here, she has always respected me, has always smiled at me, has always let me know that I am somebody. As little as that may sound, that was big to me. She's always made me feel welcome. Every time I would come over to 383rd, she would introduce me like I was royalty. And for that, ma'am, I appreciate it. I can't thank you enough for always making me feel special and making me feel welcome. Not once, whenever I did need to talk to you, not once did you ever say no, not ever once did you tell me that you were too busy, and I just want to say thank you, and thank you for agreeing to be a part of this special day for me. Last but not least, Miss Cordelia McAfee. Dorothy, if you will come up here, please, ma'am. Miss Cordy. Words cannot express enough we said we weren't gonna cry. Words cannot express enough what you have done for me, what you have been to me, as far as being that positive thinking when I couldn't think positive for myself. I thank you for being there. I know my birth mother, she's gone, but you stepped in and have been like a spiritual mom to me. And that's something that I need because I'm a touchy-feely type of person. I need that. And she has been there for me as far as my child. She's always given me, Blair in particular, she's always given me words of encouragement, words of wisdom on what to do to make my relationship better with my child. And as a mother, that means a lot, especially when I don't know and I didn't know. And so I just want to say thank you. I trusted you and I leaned on you for your protocol, and you have made this day so special for me. And like I say, words cannot express enough what you've done, and I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. You're welcome. And with that being said, I know y'all got to go back to work. I'm going to leave. But I know y'all got to go back to work. I know y'all got to go back to work. And if I missed anybody, I sincerely apologize. But I thank everyone for being here. That's all I have. And so we'll keep on with the narration.
All right, all right.
Thank you, Major Harris Gaines. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. At this time, we're going to recite the Airman's Creed, sing the Air Force song, and please remain standing for the departure of the official party.
I am an American Airman. I am a warrior. I have answered my nation's call. I am an American Airman. My mission is to fly, fight, and win. I am faithful to a proud heritage, a tradition of honor, and a legacy of valor. I am an American Airman, guardian of freedom and justice, my nation's sword and shield, its century and adventure. I defend my country with my life. I am an American Airman, wingman, leader, warrior. I will never leave an airman behind. I will never falter, and I will not fail. Off we go into the wild blue yonder, climbing high into the sun. Here it comes, soon to meet our thunder. Atom boys, give her the gun, give her the gun. Down we die, starting our flames from under. Off with one hell of a roar. We live in fame, we're down in flames. Hey, nothing can stop the U.S. Air Force.
This concludes today's ceremony. We invite you to do two things. Firstly, there is a table with cards and a pen for you to share your thoughts with Major Harris Gaines and just give her praises and encouragement as she moves forward in her career. Lastly, there is cake. So enjoy the reception right outside the door, and we thank you for attending. Have a great Air Force Day.
Oh, there's a car. This way we look like a